For decades, the Toyota Tacoma has been the truck everyone said you couldn't go wrong with. Legendary reliability, unbeatable resale value, and a reputation for running forever, no matter how hard you pushed it. But if you're shopping for a Tacoma today expecting that same bulletproof truck your buddy's been driving for 15 years, you're in for a rude awakening. The latest generation is showing cracks that would have been unthinkable in previous models. So stay with us as we reveal 7 reasons why you should not buy Toyota Tacoma. Number 7. Limited towing capacity. Let's address something Toyota doesn't want plastered across their marketing materials. The Tacoma's towing numbers are falling behind the competition in ways that matter for real-world use. The Tacoma maxes out at 6,800 pounds when properly equipped, which sounds respectable until you start comparing it to what else is available. The Chevrolet Colorado will tow up to 7,700 pounds. The Ford Ranger, that one goes all the way up to 7,500 pounds. Even the Jeep Gladiator will handle 7,700 pounds. But here's where it gets frustrating. That 6,800-pound figure only applies to rear-wheel drive models with the turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Choose the hybrid powertrain, your max capacity drops to 6,500 pounds. Think about what that actually means when you're shopping for a camper trailer. You find one that weighs 6,200 pounds empty, seems fine on paper, but once you load it with water, propane, gear, and supplies for a week-long trip, you're easily adding another 800 to 1,000 pounds. Now you're operating right at the edge of your truck's capacity. The Colorado or Ranger owner has nearly 1,000 pounds of extra margin for safety. That's whether your brakes can handle an emergency stop on a mountain pass with your family in the truck. So the towing capacity is disappointing, but that's just the beginning of the Tacoma's powertrain problems. Number 6. Hybrid doesn't beat Turbo 4. Toyota is betting big on hybrid technology across its truck lineup, but the Tacoma Hybrid reveals a truth that's going to frustrate anyone doing the math on their purchase. The hybrid system costs thousands more than the standard turbocharged 4-cylinder, and what are you actually getting for that premium? Not nearly as much as you'd expect. The turbocharged 4-cylinder returns around 20 miles per gallon in the city and 24 miles per gallon on the highway. The hybrid, it manages approximately 24 miles per gallon city and 24 miles per gallon highway. You're looking at a 4 mile per gallon improvement in city driving and absolutely zero improvement on the highway. But here's where things get really interesting. The hybrid actually feels slower in real-world driving despite having more power on paper. The Turbo 4 produces 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque, while the hybrid generates 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. Yet when you actually drive them back-to-back, the Turbo 4 feels more responsive and quicker off the line. You're paying significantly more money for marginally better fuel economy, slower-feeling acceleration, and a more complex powertrain that's going to be more expensive to maintain down the road. But if disappointing powertrains weren't enough, wait until you see what Toyota did with the interior space. Number 5. Passenger space. Toyota made genuine improvements to the Tacoma's interior with the latest redesign, and the driver's position is legitimately better than it was in the previous generation. But once you move to the back seat, the story changes dramatically. The rear seat area in the Tacoma double cab configuration feels noticeably tighter than what you'll find in competing trucks. Adults sitting behind average height drivers are going to have their knees pressing uncomfortably close to the front seat backs. Most rivals provide noticeably more rear legroom and a back seat that adults can actually sit in for multi-hour road trips. The Ford Ranger manages to feel more spacious back there as well. For families or anyone who regularly carries crew members to job sites, the Tacoma's rear seat is going to feel like a compromise rather than a genuine solution. And if you think the standard models have tight rear seats, just wait until you hear about the TRD Pro. Number 4. TRD Pro seats limit rear legroom. Speaking of rear seat space, the Tacoma has a problem that gets worse when you step up to one of its most desirable trim levels. The TRD Pro represents Toyota's ultimate off-road focused Tacoma, but those heavily bolstered front seats that make off-roading so much more comfortable? They're stealing precious inches from an already tight rear seat area. The TRD Pro's features seats with built-in air-over-oil shocks that provide vertical and lateral movement, stabilizing the driver's head and vision for better focus and reduced fatigue on rough off-road terrain by dampening body movement. The problem? That fancy system occupies additional space. Consider what you're actually purchasing. A truck that costs well over $60,000 when properly equipped, and it can't comfortably seat 4 adults for a highway drive. The Colorado ZR2 and Ranger Raptor both offer aggressive front seats without completely sacrificing rear passenger comfort, but the cramped rear seat isn't even the worst part. The real problem is what Toyota forces you to buy along with it. Number 3. TRD Pro and Trail Hunter are hybrid only. If you want either of the truck's two most capable off-road variants, the TRD Pro or the new Trail Hunter, you're getting the hybrid powertrain whether you want it or not. There's no option to select the simpler turbocharged four-cylinder in these top-tier models. Toyota is making the choice for you, and they're charging you accordingly. This creates a frustrating situation where the most off-road capable Tacomas are also saddled with the powertrain that has the lowest towing capacity and the most complex maintenance requirements. But at least those expensive trims come with decent power, which is more than you can say about where the Tacoma lineup starts. Number 2. Base engine lacks power. The mid-sized truck segment has evolved significantly in recent years, and one clear trend is that manufacturers are no longer offering genuinely underpowered base engines. Nearly every competitor now comes standard with a powertrain that provides adequate performance. The Tacoma's base engine hasn't gotten that memo. The entry-level Tacoma comes equipped with a 2.4-liter Turbo 4 producing 227 horsepower. These numbers feel genuinely insufficient for a modern mid-sized truck. The Colorado starts with a 310 horsepower turbocharged four-cylinder. The Ranger's base engine produces 270 horsepower. Even the Frontier comes standard with a V6 making 310 horsepower. The Tacoma's base powertrain isn't just behind. It's dramatically behind in a way that affects everyday usability. Toyota's strategy appears to be using this weak base engine to push buyers toward the more expensive turbocharged four-cylinder or hybrid options. Your true entry point for a Tacoma with competitive performance is several $1,000s higher than the base MSRP suggests. So the powertrain options are problematic across the board, but there's something even more concerning happening with the Tacoma that strikes at the heart of why people bought them in the first place. Number 1. Not as bulletproof as previous generations. Here's the reality that's hardest for longtime Tacoma fans to accept. The era of the Tacoma's legendary, practically indestructible reliability appears to be ending. For decades, the Tacoma's reputation was built on trucks that could absorb abuse and neglect while continuing to run for hundreds of thousands of miles. That reputation drove resale values sky high and created a loyal following. The latest generation is challenging that assumption in ways that should concern prospective buyers. The most significant issue affecting current Tacomas involves transmission problems that Toyota has acknowledged through service bulletins and extended warranty coverage. Owners are reporting harsh shifting, delayed engagement, and in some cases, complete transmission failure at relatively low mileage. The latest Tacoma is significantly more complex than the previous generation, with more electronics, more sensors, and more systems that can potentially fail. The hybrid models add another layer of complexity with their dual motor system and battery pack. Every additional system is another potential failure point, and complexity is the enemy of the bulletproof reliability that made previous Tacomas legendary. Consider what made people trust the old Tacoma enough to keep it for 15 or 20 years. It was simple enough that independent mechanics could work on it affordably. The new Tacoma is moving away from that philosophy. When the infotainment system freezes or the hybrid system throws an error code, you're heading to the dealer for expensive repairs. Online forums that used to be filled with Tacoma owners bragging about trouble-free ownership are now increasingly populated with complaint threads about electrical gremlins and mechanical failures happening at mileages where previous generation trucks wouldn't have had a single issue. Consumer Reports has downgraded its reliability ratings for the latest generation. The data is showing that these trucks are having more problems in their first few years than their predecessors had over their entire lifespans. The Tacoma used to be the safe choice, the truck you bought when you wanted something that would run forever without draining your bank account on repairs. But between limited towing capacity, a hybrid system that costs more while delivering less, cramped interior space, premium trims that force expensive powertrains on you, a base engine that struggles with basic truck duties, and reliability concerns that have Toyota extending warranties, the latest generation is challenging everything the Tacoma nameplate once stood for. The truck still carries that legendary reputation, but the reality is starting to tell a different story, one where the Tacoma is becoming just another mid-sized truck with the same problems as everything else, except it's asking you to pay more based on a reputation it might not deserve anymore. But don't think that Tacoma is the only truck in the class with serious considerations. If you're more of a Ford guy, make sure to check out our video about the reasons not to buy the Ranger. Forgettable styling, questionable ride quality, and numerous reliability issues are just some of the reasons to consider some of its rivals.